Well, welcome. I'm so glad to have you here on the podcast, Nina. It's such a pleasure to be able to talk to you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool how this worldwide international, we're all interconnected internationally now with the web, and we met on Instagram, and I just think it's so magical.
I think it's amazing that we have such opportunity to meet each other like online, even though we have never met in person. Like it's just a blessing to have all this technology working for us.
Yeah, yes, it is. So, tell us a little bit about yourself so our listeners can kind of understand you and get to know you. We are going to be talking about how to cut out, or I don't know what your language is, but stop the negative, chatter in our heads. So, but first, tell us about yourself.
So I'm Nina Maglic, and I'm energy healer. I started learning about energy healing when I was 14. I was so curious about everything, what is going in my life. And I learned my first energy tool and I started practicing it with my grandmother. She loved it. She thought we were playing. We had so much fun together. But at that time, I was just a teenager. Like it was not so cool to do spirituality and also energy work. I kept it for myself and I used it like just to calm myself down or to raise my vibration. And that was it. And a few years ago, I really had some issues in my life and the traditional methods didn't work. I tried energy healing again and I never looked back. It's really I was so amazed how powerful it is. Like when you work on one issue in your life, it transforms all areas of your life. And so, oh my God, I love these tools. I have to share it with the world because I just had a feeling if I don't share it with the world, I'm just stealing from them. And I don't want that. It's just like, this is such an easy way to change your life. Because it's just a beautiful way to change your life. Like really easy, smooth transition with ease and grace. And I wanted to share with that. And before this, I was just like a marketing person working in marketing department, doing some researches for the international companies. But I loved all of that, but I was deeply unfulfilled in my career. Like I'm deeply unfulfilled in my calling because I was just thinking, I have to do this. I have to do it, share these tools. And in one moment, I just had more than enough clients. I said I'm sorry, I have to pursue completely different career, which is more in alignment with who I am. And this is who I'm at now I'm sharing these tools with people.
Wow. So was there a moment or an experience, or was it just an energy shift that said, you know what, I'm done with the corporate world. I need to be living in alignment with my soul?
As I mentioned, I had some issues in my life. Really, I was so sick, and I tried everything. But at that moment it were my beliefs that were limiting me to get well. And energy work really helped me to release those beliefs that were really blocking me to be healthy and happy again. Because sometimes you're just your own biggest enemy, your own biggest critics, and you are the one who caused so many issues in your life. And we are going to talk about that today. And this was the moment that I said I cannot live like this anymore. It's just too painful. I was moving far away from who I am. And the more I moved from myself, the more painful my life was. And when I start coming back to roots who I am and finding my full purpose, I said, okay, I have to do this. This just feels right. It just feels these gut feelings that always tells you this is something you have to do. It's just a feeling of happiness, light, excitement and joy at the same time. And when you think about your corporate, it was for me, when I thought about my corporate job, it was oh my God, this heavy feeling drained and feeling not fulfilled. Oh my God, I had a beautiful career. I really was, I had a good career, but at one moment it was just doesn't really feel right. I have to pursue and align with who I am. And here I am today.
That's beautiful. You were tuning into your body, which is like, you know,
Yes.
in your gut, your intuition. And I love human design. So I'd be curious to know what type you are, just to tell, like, was that your inner authority? Is it sacral or emotional, which are the two huge main inner authorities to help us choose? Like, how do we make the right choice for our soul? Do you know
Yes.
that at all? Have you done any?
No, actually,
No.
I haven't done it. I just
Okay.
like tuning really my intuition, of tuning to my
Yeah.
feelings. Like every
Yeah.
time when I make any decisions, I was just like, okay, how does it feel? If it feels light and happy, I just go for it. If it feels like heavy,
Mm-hmm.
just not such a feeling, I just don't go for it. Like I
Yeah.
just exclude that option in my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Go with the feelings. Yeah, that's you tapping into your intuition, which is so much smarter than our brains, right? Because we have so many thoughts. We have so many conditioned thoughts. We have so many expectations of other people and all that chatter. It's really confusing. And you're like, I don't know what to do. And yes, this is great. I'm making money. And society's saying, like, I'm really successful in a corporate job. And then, you know, your other side of your brain may be saying, well, but it's not fun. And it's like super stressful. And all the people is like just like too busy or too much pressure, whatever that is. So talk to us more about how, right, we all have these thoughts. We also all have these negative thoughts. I was just going back to what you're saying, self-sabotaging. I was huge at self-deprecating, sabotaging myself, and literally convincing myself that I was worth nothing, to the point where I was like, I'd take any boy that would come along and say, yes, let's go on a date, because I was so desperate to feel loved, therefore put me into a really toxic relationship. So how do we deal with those thoughts? How do we cut them out?
You know, the thing is, like, even though your life is perfect, as you mentioned, you have corporate job, you're successful, but all like society standards, like you're doing everything perfect according to society, but you just feel it's not the right thing for you. Maybe it's good for somebody else, but it's not for you. And you start comparing yourself. Like you always like, okay, when I get this degree, I'm going to feel better. I'm going to be happier, more successful. When I get my master's degree, I'm going to be more successful. And I also wanted to get PhD. And at one moment I was just like, what's the point of that? It will not make me happy. And the reason for all these chatter is actually coming from your childhood, when you learn how to be people, like how to be human, and you learn all these how you should behave from your parents, grandparents, teachers, and they teach you what are actually society norms, and you have to fit in them, because first of all, you're just kid, you have to rely on your parents, and you want to fit in society, you want to be loved and supported. This is the only thing what you want to do. And these people are really not bad people, just to be honest. They're like, these people have their own unhealed childhood wounds, and they only taught you what they knew best. And they also have their limitations, so they are not perfect. They also suffer, but they gave their best to teach you what they knew at that moment. And at that moment, when you really grow up, you start thinking about, okay, who told you that you're not worthy? Who told you that you're ugly? Who told you that you're too fat, too thin, too this? Like, who told you that? These are not even your thoughts that are running through your head. Like, when you really go back into those childhood like wounds, and like you will find out that 99.99% of those thoughts that you're telling yourself are not even yours. And at that moment, when you stay like, oh my God, why did I align myself with those thoughts? But the truth is, you were just a kid who wanted to be here and get some love and support. As you said, you would do anything to get some love. You will pick up the first boy that comes just to get some love. And the reason for that, like, we all try to live by these society rules, and we just forget about ourselves. And the more you go away from you, the more it hurts inside. And the more you're like, oh my God, this doesn't feel right, but let me keep moving on, let me keep forward, because society wants me to do this. Society wants me to have this, and to have a great degree, to have a perfect job, and all of this. Like, but stop. Like, what do you want? How does it feel for you? Like, just, if you know, just take like a moment to reflect. How does this affect your life, and does it make you happy? and you will just understand, okay, if I'm not fulfilled, everything what I'm doing is perfect for society, but it's not for me. Okay, what can I do? And I always love to say that energy work, I really love energy work. Like for me, that's the way of living. It's not just like something I teach people. For me, it's really the way I live, because all these thoughts and emotions that you have are nothing but energy. You are 99.99% energy and 0.001% matter. There's much more going on in your world that you're aware of. And when you think about energy, like a lot of people cannot understand what exactly energy is. Like try to think about frequency, and your body is an instrument that can play any of these frequencies, and you can have positive and negative thoughts and emotions. It's up to you what you choose to play with your instrument. It's just really your choice. And even though you say like I was a kid, I was like I didn't know what is going on. Actually, you align with those beliefs, like you align with other society beliefs how your life should be, and you start living according to that. It's not bad decision. It's just what caused so much chatter in your head, what caused so much self-negative talk about you, like self-sabotaging thoughts. Like who told you that you cannot achieve that in your life? Like maybe other people didn't achieve that, but that was something that in their life that were blocking them to move on. But it doesn't mean that it is going to like stop you, because you have completely different life. You can have completely different experience, completely different skills, and you walk in your own shoes. You don't walk in their shoes, and that's why this is your path. It's not their path. And the best way, I always tell how to release all these negative thoughts and emotions is really energy work, because it really takes just like few seconds like to release that. And you go deep down into find this root of the problem in your childhood wounds.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I'm reminded of something I was hearing, and what you were saying was your your choices are your choices, but and you were like you're choosing to align with those thoughts and conditionings that aren't healthy for you. And as a child, you might not really know that there's anything out there until you become like a young adult and you're like, oh, whoa, like here's the world. Look at all this expansion. And then the work is like erasing and letting go of all the expectations and conditioning of your childhood. So and like you say, it's all energy. So it's totally, it's not, it may be heavy, but it's easy to release it. Like you say, if you put in the energy work to do so.
Yeah, it's really easy to do. Like energy work doesn't have to like take so long. Like if you have a session, it takes 1 hour, but it can also take 5 to 10 minutes. You can really learn some simple tools that will make your life way easier, and you will start enjoying life easier, like much more, like because you know how to let go of all these like negative chatter that you have in your life, like in your head, and also negative expectation that you put on yourself. Like okay, what does it mean for me now? Like okay, I have this degree, I have master's degree, I have corporate job, but am I really happy in that what I'm doing? Like you will start questioning yourself. You will start really aligning with who you are. I don't say everybody should leave a corporate job. I don't say that, because we still need people in corporate job, but you will start living the life that you truly love and enjoy. And that's the purpose. Whatever your job is going to be, whatever your life is going to look like, it's your choice how you're going to live
Maybe
it.
you choose a corporate job that the CEO or company motto aligns with your viewpoints, because there are a
Yes.
lot of really beautiful, evolving people that are having these really big companies, or it's not all the same old archetype. The other thing I
Yes,
wanted to
definitely.
ask you about was I think the biggest part of our negative talk is comparison, right? You see someone successful, and automatically the negative thought thinks, well, she's already done it, so you can't do that anymore. Or he's already done that, like, so you can't really achieve it. Like he's already grabbed it, it's gone. Can you talk on that?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Like actually comparison starts since we were born. Actually, we start comparing ourselves in the kindergarten, then in the school. Like you always compare yourself, like how good your grades are, especially in such a competitive society. You always have to be better than your like friends, better than your like family members, because you have you have to reach certain standards in your life, like, and everything starts already like when you were a child, like in the kindergarten, all that. And the thing is, like, I never look at the way that he already achieved that. I always look at that, if he can achieve that and thousands of people can achieve that, I can achieve it too, because it's not impossible, it's just possible. I have to find my way to achieve that. I never look at that way, like that there are limitations because somebody else achieved that. I always look at, okay, it must be a way for me. It's not maybe their way, it's my way. And the biggest problem in our lives, the biggest limitation is like when we try to achieve something the way how other people achieve that. And you cannot, like, they have their own path, they have their own destiny, skills, experiences, and you should really stay on your path and do it the way how you can do it. Like you also have your experiences and skill set that you need to achieve that. It's like nothing is impossible, everything is possible. If you read that word impossible, you'll find the like I am possible, like if you read the word like more like deeply, like
Right. Yeah. When you put it all together, I am possible. That's
yes.
beautiful. That's exactly what that's what I was getting at, is that it's not like, oh, they've already taken it. Like there's every single person has their unique path. So if they have done it, it's possible for you. That's what I wanted to emphasize.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I want to be respectful of our time here and wanted to ask you a few rapid fire questions. But before I do that, is there, like, where can we find you? What are you working on? I'd love to hear what you're offering.
So you can find me on Instagram, ninaMagic.happylife.energy, or on Facebook, Transform Your Life with Energy. You can also find me on my website, ninaMagic.com. I work on a really cool program. It's a mentorship program, a 12 weeks program where I help people really transform their lives. Like we start with releasing guilt, blame, shame, anger, and really opening gateways for awesome things that teach them really powerful energy tool, like to get the information, but not to become information. But everything goes crazy around you, like that you can always stay calm and present, and that you really have a choice to choose how your life is going to be, and that you really can make the best decision because you're tuning into your intuition and using your intuition to make choices in your life, and to get crystal clarity what you should do. And then life is much more fun and it's easier to live because you're getting really signals from the universe, and you're able to read those signals how your life should be, and it's so much fun. And this is what I really want to share with the world, because the world needs that love and light inside of you more than ever. Like this is, I want to share that. I want to inspire people to become happy about a version of themselves. And you can, as I said, you can find me on my website, ninaMagic.com. And I'm more than happy to connect with everybody.
She is a beam of light. So make sure that you go over and you find her there. Okay, I want to ask you some super fun questions just to kind of like help us get to know you a little bit better. And it's just so fun. So share with us, what is your favorite food?
Oh, my favorite food. Actually, I have so many like food types. I love Mexican food. I love Chinese food. I love actually, I also love traditional Bosnian food. I grew up in Boston. I love that food as well. I also love Viennese schnitzel, like, and I also love, actually, I love everything. I cannot say I don't like something, but I love really everything and enjoy eating.
That's awesome. What is your favorite song or music, if you can't quite pinpoint a song?
Okay, I love from Bon Jovi, It's My Life. It was my mantra when I was growing up. It's my life. I want to do it my way. I just love it. That song is really such an inspirational song.
That's good.
I love also this new song. I'm not sure who is the author of this song, but Head versus Heart. From the like how it, like, it shows really nice if you go to watch the on YouTube, like how is it if you live in your head, and how is it when you live in your heart, like head versus heart. It's such a beautiful song. I don't know who is the I should know that, but I'm bad with names. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
That's all
And
right.
yeah.
And then do you have a book on your coffee table or nightstand right now?
Yes, I have. Just listen. It's just like it's from my mom. She loves reading. I also love reading. Actually, I would not pick up this book because I would want to pick up another book that I really love and enjoy reading. It's from Bodo Shäffer. It's a German author, like Dog Names Money. I will pick up that book. It's the children book about how you should manage money. But it's not about that. It's also self-development book, how he teaches kids to do self-development and why self-development is so important. And I think it's such a powerful book because it starts with the children at such young age, teaching kids how mental hygiene is so important, how mental health is so important as well. And also money mindset, all that kind of stuff. And I really love that book.
What was it called again?
Bodo Shäffer is the author, like Dog Names Money.
Dog, D-O-G?
Yeah, dog is just like animal.
Okay.
Dog called money. Sorry, I have to translate that from German into dog called money. I will send you the link to. It's a really nice book.
Okay. We'll put the link to in the show notes. And then the last question is, what's your favorite nature spot?
Beach. Beach. I love beach. To be honest, I love beach. I love forest. I love everything. But beach is my favorite one. And so much. I love sunny weather and love beach and like palms. It's such beautiful life. I live in Austria, and we have 4 seasons here. And every time from November to April, I want to move out from Austria because it's so cold. So, oh my God, I need beach, I need palms. I love sunny weather. I don't like snow and wind and but beach is my favorite nature spot.
It's just so gorgeous there. I totally agree with you. Oh, it was so lovely to talk to you and learn and get some inspiration and empowerment that, you know what, we are amazing and we don't have to let our negative talk limit us. So I appreciate you, Nina, and thank you so much for being on our show.
Thank you for inviting me. It was such a pleasure. Thank you so much.